Hey, Wuzzy Wafers, Riv here. Today we're going to talk about 50 ways to leave your Fursona, otherwise known as reasons people give away, sell, or retire their original characters. We are, in fact, going to be selling one of our original characters. Will it be Riv? Will it be Lurks? Or will it be the third character that doesn't really show up in videos and who's never been to a convention? Stay tuned till the end of the video for the shocking announcement. Okay, there are a ton of reasons why somebody may choose to give up one of their original characters. We'll call them OCs for this video. The first and most obvious is that they just don't like the character anymore. Maybe they thought the color combination was really cool when they created it, but then looking back on it, they were like, ew, that looks terrible, I don't like it at all anymore. This character just needs to fade into obscurity and go away. Maybe it was an attempt at a hybrid species. They might have thought that garden slug wombat hybrid was the coolest thing ever, and then looking back on it, they were like, what was I thinking? This is the dumbest thing ever. This is awful. I don't want this OC anymore. Or they may have created a pimp weasel character that is potentially offensive to people and realized it was really stupid and needs to just die. OCs in these situations are more likely to just kind of be retired and thrown in the parts bin and not moved on to somebody else, but some people might choose to give these characters away. Now, another reason a person might want to give away an OC is because it represents something in the past and they've moved on in their life. Maybe the OC reminds them of a past relationship that's ended, or maybe it reminds them of a really low point in their life where they were really depressed or something really bad happened to them and they just want to move on. For whatever reason, the OC just doesn't represent who that person is anymore or where they want to be in their life, and it's time to move forward, maybe to a new OC. Okay, here's another really common one. They're just not using the OC anymore for whatever reason. A common reason is they just have too many of them and this isn't one of their main ones or not one of their favorite ones. Some people are very prolific at producing OCs. I know somebody who's got probably hundreds of them. And people with a lot of OCs may occasionally go through and look at them and decide which ones they like and which ones really click with them and which ones kind of never did, and then decide to give up some of them. Maybe they'll give them away to people, maybe they'll try to sell some, or maybe they'll just retire them. Or they just may be bored with the particular OC. It just was never very exciting to them or never really represented what they wanted it to represent. And it's just kind of like, meh, I don't really like this one. I think I'll get rid of it. Also, a person may give up an OC because they're making a big transition in their life. Maybe they're making a gender transition and they don't think that a certain OC can make the transition with them and they just want to go to something new for the new them. Or maybe they're just changing careers or starting college or something like that and they want a character that's updated to be more like their current position in life. Another fairly common reason for giving up OCs, maybe all of your OCs, is that, well, you're just moving away from the furry fandom. You've had your fun in the fandom, decided that for whatever reason it's not really your thing anymore. You got bored with it, you felt like you kind of grew out of it, or you got offended by some of the stuff that's going on in the fandom and you're just like, okay, this isn't for me, I'm leaving. And in that case, somebody might choose to give up all of their characters. Okay, now this one is going to be important here in just a few minutes. Maybe you adopted a character that was designed by somebody else, not having the intention to keep it long term. Maybe it was just something to hang on to and enjoy on the short term and then move along to somebody else. Now, one of the most unfortunate reasons somebody may have to get rid of an OC or OCs is that they need money. Now, it's kind of sad when this happens. It's characters that they actually care for and want. It may not be their favorites, but they, for whatever reason, have to put them up for sale or put them up for auction because they have an unexpected expense they have to cover. Now, hopefully they have an opportunity to get these back when their financial situation improves. If I were to buy a character in a situation like this, I would give the person the opportunity to buy it back, or if their situation was really bad, I would probably just gift it back to them if they wanted it. This is definitely a sucky situation when this happens, but it does happen quite a bit, unfortunately. Now, somebody might have a character sitting around that they're not really using, and they think it would be cool to give it as a gift. Maybe one of their friends was always like, oh, that pink bunny with the orange stars is the most beautiful character ever. I really wish that was mine. The owner realizes they're not doing anything with it, and they're like, okay, I'm going to give it to my friend because they really like it and I'm not doing anything with it, and they'll get more enjoyment out of it than me. Or maybe they'll give away a character as a raffle prize or something like that. Okay, let's get back to the thing about purchasing or adopting a character that you didn't really intend to keep in the long term. Let's do a little analogy. I don't know why we need to, but I'm going to anyway, so bear with me. So say you love Porsches, and you get to a point in your life where you have enough money to buy your dream Porsche, and you buy this Porsche 911 and you custom spec it exactly how you want it. You get it exactly spec'd out and custom built from the Porsche factory with everything you want. Now you're on a Porsche enthusiast chat at some point and somebody decides they're going to sell a 1980 Porsche 928. And you really like Porsches of all varieties, although the 928's not something that you would have personally bought most likely as your primary car. This particular one's a color that you would never have spec'd out yourself. Maybe the interior is a little different than you would like, and maybe it's an automatic transmission, which you're not really into, but it's still a vintage Porsche. You get it for a good price, knowing that you'll probably hang on to it for a year or two and then move it along to a new owner after you get your enjoyment out of it. Okay, so imagine that Porsche 928 was, in fact, a bright yellow Otter fursuit. Yeah, you all saw this coming. I'm not going to get rid of Riv or Lurks. But yeah, Curie. Curie was adopted just because I love Sparky Can Do suits. She came up available on a Sparky chat with a matching wolf suit. It was a couple who commissioned the suits, so they were matching. Super cute. Xavier Fox bought the wolf. I've never seen it again, and I bought Curie. She was named Mango Otter originally. I changed her name to Curie because she actually fit me better than the other suit. So she was a lot of fun, although being a female character and me not really being able to do a female voice, I wasn't able to have her speak, so she wasn't very useful on the YouTube channel, except for when we were still doing the guitar challenges here. So if you're a regular YouTube viewer but not a follower on Twitter or Instagram, you probably haven't even seen the suit that much. So it's not really going to impact the channel or be a sad moment or anything. It was fun having an Otter. It was fun having a brightly colored suit. I personally like more natural animal colors when I'm actually designing characters, as you can see. It was cool having a drop crotch suit. It has a really cool effect, making it look like an otter, making you waddle along. I enjoyed having the suit overall, but I'm not getting enough use out of it to justify keeping it at this point. Honestly, somebody else could get a lot more use and enjoyment out of the suit, and I know I can probably get my money back out of it, so it's time to cash in. It's time to move Curie to a new home. Link down below to the auction on the Dealer's Den. The reserve is very reasonable. Go look up what Sparky suits cost now, and you'll find that my price is very fair for the suit. So if the suit doesn't sell, I'll keep it and keep enjoying it, but if it does sell, she will be moving on to a new owner. Speaking of links in the description, thank you as always to our incredible patrons. You are awesome, and if you'd like to be an awesome patron too, there is a link in the description. There's also some merch stuff down there too. Hey, we're getting really close to our 4-year anniversary on this channel. This is kind of a niche channel that people either get or don't, so we've never gotten huge subscriber numbers, but we're getting very close to 5,000. It would be super cool if we could actually get to 5,000 next month by our 4-year anniversary. So if you haven't subscribed, if you like the channel, please feel free to hit that button. All right, that was 50 ways to leave your Fursona. Why people get rid of OCs. Have you gotten rid of an OC? Do you have one that you're considering getting rid of? Let us know down in the comments. All right, until next week, stay safe and stay fuzzy. We'll see you later.